The doctors told me about Lynette. I can't believe it. I simply can't believe it's true. Yeah, she regrets. It is a terrible blow. You know, Jack didn't do it. It looks black against her, I dare say, but she didn't do it. She was a bit tight last night, but that's why she went for me. But she wouldn't murder someone like that, not in cold blood. Do not distress yourself, Monsieur Doyle. Hercule Poirot will find the truth. I suppose you've heard that I was once engaged to Jackie. She got me the job with Lynette as her estate manager. I treated Jackie shabbily, I admit it. But when the two people fall in love, there's not much you can be done about it. Jackie was determined to ruin our honeymoon. She's been following us for weeks, to Venice, Rome, and now here. Lynette was very upset, and now it's ended so horribly. Ah, so she was stalking them. Besides Mademoiselle de Belfort, who else is on this ship has reason to dislike Lynette? I don't know. Lynette did go pale when she saw the passenger list, but I never had a chance to ask her about it. Did Madame Doyle keep her pearls in the ship safe? No, she wore them all the time. She kept them in a box by the bed. That box is empty. Strange. Those pearls were worth at least 50,000 pounds. We should talk to her maid Louise. She's only been with Lynette a few months. Always seems a little shifty to me. Alright, so we're done with the questioning. That leaves a lot to be answered for, I guess. Anyway, let's check out. We got 4 rooms this time. A reading room, porter, baggage room, and Simon Doyle. So let's start off by checking his room. Alright, we got a letter U, 12 pieces of letter, initiatory for lovers, 3 ducks, a charm, crocodile, butterfly net, elephant gun, and beetle bug in a cup. So a letter U. I did see some letters up here. Hunt. Got the U right there. 12 pieces of letter. Yet again, a letter have been torn apart. Very hard to see some of them. So that was 10. 11 and 12. That was the elephant gun. So that gave me a special sound, so I guess that's a clue. Initiatory for lovers. What's that? Is that this piece of paper? It is. Ah. Mademoiselle de Belfort was following the Doyles on their honeymoon. She must be a very determined young woman to keep up with such a complicated initiatory. So this is the entire honeymoon. Rome, Florence, Venice, en route to Egypt, Cairo, and Nile cruise. Then we have 3 ducks. One of them is roasted here. Oh. I just saw that by an accident. A charm. This is a tawdry little memento. I wonder where the second half is. A crocodile. Butterfly net. I think I just saw that. Maybe not. Oh. On the picture. A beetle bug. And then we have a cup. Alright, room is clear. Let's check the baggage room yet again. As you can see, the same items reappear. If I'm not mistaken, every time you do a new playthrough, these the scenes which aren't a part of the actual clue rooms, they often always varies every time you go in a new playthrough. So you never have the same items like you see today. So you might get totally different items every time you do a new playthrough, even though it's the same investigations you do over and over. So we have 3 birds in flight. There's one right there. Three birds in flight. There's one there. Box bound tight. This is definitely bound tight. A man's watch. And what does a man's watch look like, this one? Yeah, a rubber hose. Tenon saw. I think this is one, yeah. An Arc de Triomphe. I saw a picture of it. There. Accordion. Taxi. And an aeroplane. So now we just need the last bird in flight. A bird in flight. No. Oh, it's a duck. Alright. So now we have 2 new rooms. A reading room. Let's try and go in there first. Oh, look at all these small words etched into the back of the books. Alright. 6 pieces of ribbon. I guess this is the one. Yes. Oh, these are very small. Look how tiny they are. That's gonna be fun. Okay, that was a ribbon. I thought that was a part of this turban. So that's only half of them. There's a green right there. But as you can definitely see, the difficulty back then was quite something else. Anything you shouldn't expect just to waltz into these games and just think it's an easy playthrough, because they're not. Many of these items are very, very tiny, and often hard to see because they're embedded into something. So now we just need one. Oh, there it is, okay. A camera. A watermelon. Eraser. An eraser. How did an eraser look back then? Ah, okay. Chameleon. I just saw that. There. A microscope. Magnifying glass. A whistle. A Chinese box. Oh yeah, if you random click too many times, you'll deduct it a certain amount of time. So that's not something you should outright just do. There is a penalty in this game. Chinese box, a pot for tea. Alright. 1 room to go. The porter's room. Oh my god, what a mess. Find the ball that goes in the jar and click on it to pick it up. Click on the jar to place the ball in the jar. So this must be the first one. Next ball in jar. So 1, 2, 4, 8, so that must be 16. Yes. A couple dancing. Oh my god! Okay. They were actually dancing. Okay. Magnifying glass. A magnifying glass. That's not easy to spot. Alright, let's put that in the reminder for now. 2 spools. Is that spool of threads? I assume. Oh, that's a shaving brush. What is that? Oh my goodness. I forgot how hard this game was. Okay, that's the first one. So a magnifying glass and a spool of thread. No, that's a thumb. What do you call these? Tumbler? I can't remember now. Oh my goodness, it's right up there. A block with M. That's right there. An ointment tube. An ointment tube. Yes. Then we have a mug. No. That wasn't a mug. Okay. So a magnifying glass and a mug. Ah, there's the mug. A billiard ball. Alright, that's the one. An empty frame. That's not empty. It's right there. So now we just need a magnifying glass, the very last item of this investigation. Oh, it's right there. I've seen you about wrapped up the investigation pretty well. I'll meet you in your room whenever you're ready and we can go over the evidence. Assemble the pieces of leather found in Simon Doyle's stateroom. Click on 2 pieces to swap their positions. Pieces will unlock in its correct position. This must be the corner down here. Darling. Father. Alright. It is impossible to tell how old this letter is, and who is this author? It may be critical to find out. Darling, how dreadfully hard things have been lately. You know that I love you with all my heart. Stay true to us, my dearest one, and don't falter. Alright, investigation number 3, Louise Bouguer. Congratulations, you've unlocked the clue room. Click on the clue room card to review clues. Alright? In the clue room, you can review all clues items you've collected so far in the game. While you're in the clue room, the timer is paused. Take your time. Looking at clue items, in Peru's notebook is a list of rooms. Click on the name of room to see the clues items found in there. Click on the clue item when it is on the desk and see Peru's comments about it. Click on the name to see the. Click on the name of a suspect to see the clues found in his or her room. All right. Click on the clue item to get a closer view. So these are the items we found. Well, that's the same. It's Mademoiselle Jacqueline and Lynette in their school days. Yeah, these are the same things we encounter in these. Not much reason to go over this one more time. Alright, Louise Bouguer. 39 items, 2 clues, and questions to ask. Let's go in and ask some questions. Alright, this is the maid, I guess. Louise is a French girl only recently employed by Linda Doyle as a lady's maid. This is her first position abroad as a domestic. I helped Linda get ready for bed as usual, monsieur. Monsieur, it was some time after 11. Then I went to bed also. Alright. I have worked for Miss Doyle just 2 months. I know nothing of Mrs. Doyle just 2 months. I know nothing of her friends or enemies. And you have seen no animosity toward Miss Doyle since being on this ship? I could tell you one thing. I saw Mrs. Doyle argue with Mrs. Otterborn. Mrs. Otterborn writes a love story, and Mrs. Doyle did not at all like one of these books. I think Mrs. Doyle believed the feminist book was based on herself. The pearls, she was wearing them last night. When she undressed, I put them in the box by the bed. Did you see them there this morning? Oh dear, I don't even look. I come up to the bed, I see madam, and then I cry out and rush out of the door, and I faint. You did not look, but I have the eyes which notice, and there were no pearls in the box this morning. I did not take them. Monsieur, if you have any more questions, please, I would like to have Mrs. Doyle present. Very well, I will arrange for us to continue at a later time. So, the missing pearls worth a hefty sum and a dead woman. Tim Allerton brought his widowed mother, Mrs. Allerton, on this vacation as a treat. He still lives at home. He has a charming reputation in high society, despite the fact that the Allertons are not wealthy. I was tired, so I went to bed early. And did you hear a commotion with Mademoiselle Jacqueline shot Monsieur Doyle? Your room is close to the saloon. I was half asleep. I do remember voices, and then a few minutes later I heard somebody run past my door. Very odd sounding, light footsteps. A few minutes later there was a splash. What time was that? It must have been around midnight. After that I slept soundly for the rest of the night. Okay. So here's Jacqueline. Let's see her story. Jackie's father was French and her mother English. She was raised in the best English tradition despite her family's modest income. She was engaged to Simon Doyle until she introduced him to her best friend, Leonard. I swear, Monsieur Pirot, I didn't do it. I believe you. Oh, thank you. This has been a nightmare. First Simon and now... Oh, Mr. Pirot, please tell me how he's doing. Is he in terrible pain? Perhaps it is better, mademoiselle, not to love so very much. Such passions can lead one to do extreme things. Oh, but Lynn is dead now. I won't be tempted to do anything awful. I have no idea who else on board hated Lynette, but I've known her a long time. We went to school together. She had a way of making people crazy. So who's this? The porter? Ahmed is 36 years old and has a wife and 7 children. He has worked for the cruise line for 15 years and has gotten excellent reports from both his fellow crewmen and the ship's client. No, mister, I never saw the gun. We searched everywhere. Someone must have taken it from the saloon. Oh, dear me. Most strange. If someone was trying to frame Jackie, why would they dispose of the gun? Yeah. So that must be the splash that he heard, maybe? Well, let's figure it out. Let's check Louise Bourgood's room. Not a big room, I must say. But she is somewhat of a messy head. Well, a family letter. Let's see if we can find that. Well, it doesn't start out well. I guess this is one of the clues we have to find. We have 2 clues. Well, let's leave that for now. A coffin? Right there. Sleeping tablets. Is that it? No? It appears that Louise has the trouble sleeping. Not uncommon for ladies' maids, as they may be called upon at any time. Yeah. Banana peel. 3 mushrooms. What's this? Three mushrooms. And I can't even find a single one. Oh, there's one right there in the hat. One there, okay. So now we just need one. Is that a toilet brush? Yum yum. And we still need that family letter in. At least have it in mind. Is that a piece of soap? Alright. An iron. A What's right up there? A basket. A pink dress. An apron. And 2 ladies' gloves. So now a family letter and a mushroom. Is that a mushroom? Alright. So the family letter. And that's a book. Oh, it's... Okay. Ma chérie Louise, your poor father is much worse. The doctor says he must have the surgery, but we have no money for such things. Louise, if you would only find a wealthy man to marry, you will marry you while you are still young. Ah, it's an explanation. Okay. Why marry you while you are still young? Even if not for the sake of your father, but for your own sake. Not to live as meagerly as we have done. It is my wish for you. Please send what money you can spare. En fortissement, Mama. It appears that Louise's family is desperate for money. Pauvrefil. I don't know how to pronounce that. Such a difficult burden for a young woman. Yeah. You can examine the clues, yeah. I know.